On this week's show, Liberty Football releases its 2025 schedule and an update on former Flame basketball player Colton Reed and his courageous cancer battle.
Plus, it's time to hit the diamond. We'll go inside the park for season 1 of the new segment with Liberty Baseball. You're watching Flame Central. You know, when we have baseball in the show, that means the weather is warming. Maybe. And spring is around the corner. Hey there, and welcome to Flame Central. I'm Emily. He's Matt. We're so happy that you've joined us. As usual, we have some great stories on today's show.
That's right. We have a new Inside the Park segment coming your way a little later in the show, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We start with some huge news from Liberty Football.
Yes, the Flames do spring ball a little early, but you'll have to wait another week or so before we get you out to spring practice. In the meantime, you can pull out your calendars and completely book your fall because the Flames have released their 2025 schedule. Here's a look. Liberty opens its season at home against Maine on August 30th. And boom, the following week is right into conference play at Jack State. Hey, highlight that September 20th date. James Madison is coming to the Berg. Huge rivalry game there. Remember, Delaware and Missouri State are both joining CUSA this season, so LU will get a shot at them in November. Be sure to get your tickets today.
I can't wait for that JMU game. All right, well, we've learned a lot about Liberty basketball over the past 3 months, but we're about to find out a whole lot more as they begin the second half of the CUSA season on Thursday night against Louisiana Tech, a team that was tied with the Flames for third place in the league. The Bulldogs won the first matchup in Ruston, Louisiana by 5. This one would turn out much differently. Zach Cleveland helped the Flames off to a fast start. Xander Yates, he would chip in 6 points off the bench with a couple of threes. Meanwhile, Louisiana Tech big man Daniel Bacho, one of the best players in this league, but LU held him to just 8 points and 5 turnovers. Some of those they turned into offense. Flames led by 16 at the break. Second half, not much changed. Colin Porter poured in 15 in the ballgame, just 2 off his season high, and Talon Peter exploded after the half, finishing with the team-high 16, as the Flames never trailed in this ballgame, cruising to a 77-53 win. They improved to 6-4 in CUSA play and 18-5 overall.
We'll stay on the court for our next feature. Just a few years ago, Colton Reed was a part of this Flames family. While he was on the mountain, he gained a new perspective from head coach Ritchie McKay about basketball, but more importantly, about life and faith. Recently, Colton has been battling cancer, but through those struggles, he's choosing joy by honoring God and impacting others.
I learned and saw that suffering was not necessarily a bad thing. I think the first time I got a little upset and maybe questioned God of why me, why are you doing this? Like, what did I do to you? And the second time around, I really began to cling to scripture.
There you go.
Colton Reed was an active kid. But it wasn't until middle school that basketball caught his eye. Once it did, the sport consumed him.
My passion was like, I want to play in college, no matter what level, where it's at, like that's what I want to do. I made a decision to go to Roanoke College, a Division III school in Virginia.
But after one season, God led him in a new direction.
You only get to go to college once, and so I want to develop as a man spiritually as well in my walk with the Lord. And so after praying, I decided after that year to transfer to Liberty. Man, that decision to go to Liberty and possibly give up basketball, it was tough.
Colton served as a manager for the men's basketball team for one season before receiving a call from head coach Ritchie McKay.
When I first got a call from Coach McKay saying, you're doing great in your role as a manager and serving, and I see your heart, and I love that. But I really think you have the potential to be able to help the team on a different level and be able to walk on. I mean, that was incredible.
It's on the deck. Blake picks it up. Gets to Colton Reed in rhythm triple. Wow.
When you're playing a sport, especially at a high level too, there's a lot of emphasis on success, which there should be, but it can also become more transactional in relationships. And Coach McKay really shifted my view on that of how he poured into us beyond just the court. And so for my faith to just see that and be poured into spiritually, it wasn't just about basketball, but he truly cared, as well as the rest of the staff and players, about you becoming the best version of yourself so that you can truly serve and advance the kingdom of Christ, because the ball is going to stop bouncing for everyone at some point.
Colton and I met through one of my good friends. He saw me in a picture with her. Originally, I was like, I don't know, but I gave him a shot, and I ended up going on a date with him and loving it. It was the best date of my life.
What stood out about her to me, as we began to date, was just her selflessness and I think her joy. Life going well, right? Was dating Ellie at the time, had just started to wrap up playing basketball at Liberty and was gonna stay for a couple more years to be a grad assistant, and so was looking forward to that.
But Colton's plan was about to take a detour.
When I found the lump, I was, it kind of took me off guard. It really instills a lot of fear and anxiety. I went back to North Carolina, got some testing done, and that doctor, when he saw me and kind of checked out the lump in the area, he kind of immediately said, yeah, we're gonna need to do surgery because I believe this is cancer, and so we need to get this out of you. I was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and so it was specifically embryonal carcinoma is what they call it, and it's one of the more aggressive forms.
It was probably the worst day of my life, honestly, and just sitting in the car and breaking down and not sure, like you hear cancer and you're like, is he gonna die? Like what's gonna happen?
With that type, if it's left too long, it can begin to spread, through your lymph nodes, your lungs, and obviously ultimately further. They said, I think if we do surgery, you'll be good. And then if there's any remaining, maybe chemo, but that wasn't really in the picture at the time.
The surgery to remove the tumor was a success. After a number of tests, it was determined he was cancer-free.
When they told me, you're clear, we don't see any more remnants of any cancer in your body at all through scans and blood work, I was like, this is in the rear view. I've learned a lot from it. Cancer was in the past, no more. I was getting to marry my best friend and begin this new season, a new journey of life with Ellie.
But just months into their marriage, Colton's 2-year scan showed troubling results.
We ended up sitting down at our kitchen counter and just looking at the report. I am a nurse, so I can do that, which is nice, but it was not something I was really hoping to see and read. And just immediately saying, to each other, Lord, we're just gonna lift this up to you. And we immediately fell down to the ground and just worshiped because we knew nothing else at the time.
I called my doctor from there, and she said, yeah, it looks like the cancer is back now in your lymph nodes and you're gonna have to do chemotherapy. And so that was a big shocker.
Colton's next step, 4 rounds of chemotherapy.
Truly, I think the second time, man, without my faith in Christ being my rock, like my world would have been shaken. I began to look at Romans 5, 3 through 5, where it talks about suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character gives hope to others. But you can't have the last one without the first.
Honestly, it was just hard to me to have to know that he's suffering and I can't do anything about it. I can give him medications. I can be there for him and care for him as much as possible. But ultimately, I can't take away that suffering from him.
So they chose to use these trials as a platform to glorify God and impact others.
I told Ellie, I was like, we got to tell people right away. I want anyone and everyone to know, because I don't want to close out or dim the light that Lord is trying to shine through me. And it's not anything I'm doing or anything I could do, but the Lord is using this obviously as a testimony to his faithfulness, his goodness to shine through me. And so how dare I try to hide that?
After completing chemo, scans revealed that cancer was still present. Colton underwent surgery to remove approximately 20 lymph nodes targeting the remaining cancer. Following the procedure, he was declared cancer-free.
And so that was just so exciting to celebrate with everyone who had been a part of the journey, near and far, everyone who had prayed. It almost brought me to tears because I kind of was able to finally look back on the story as a whole and the journey, all the different diagnoses, all the treatments, and just kind of take a bird's eye view and see like all the Lord had done.
A lot of people question, like, how did you do this? And I think an easy answer is it's all from the glory of God. It's all from Jesus, that he's been able to pour in us and strengthen us and renew us and give us all that we need day to day. So it's really great opportunity to say, no, this is not us, but this is him and him alone.
We get to choose joy. It doesn't mean our sufferings and our trials are joy themselves, but the Bible is saying consider or count it joy. It's a choice. Before cancer, I had planned out my life's gonna look like this, and it really just put a halt on that and really showed me the Lord is like, my plan is good and it's to prosper, not to harm you, but it's his plan, not mine. And so I just get to wake up every day, do what he's called me to do, live out my purpose, and just love others and serve others well.
Thanks to Jonah Jabor for producing that story. All right, let's talk some Liberty women's hoops, or you can just call them the hottest team in Conference USA. 7 straight wins entering Thursday night's game at Louisiana Tech, as the Lady Flames have firmly established themselves at the top of the league. Liberty won this game by 11 in Lynchburg a few weeks ago. Much of the night, it looked like more of the same. The Lady Flames led by 7 at the half, by 10 heading into the fourth quarter. Asia Boone with the big night, scoring a team-high 14. But Bradley Paris would score 13 of her game-high 19 in the fourth quarter, including the go-ahead bucket with 2.7 seconds remaining. And the Lady Flames see their 7-game win streak go by the wayside in a 67-66 loss. We need to take a timeout, but when we come back, we'll take you to the Diamond for the debut of our new segment, Inside the Park.
Plus, Rhett McGibbon is in the house to name his top athletes of the week. It's warm, it's hot, it's en fuego, and it's next.
At Liberty University, we understand life can be unpredictable, and when you need a resilient career, your education should withstand any test. So we've made sure the degree you need is within reach by freezing one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation for 8 years and counting, and giving scholarships, discounts, and credit for work you've already done. Because we're proud of what you do. We've done this for over 30 years, and we know how to help. We're here to help you.
Being a parent and helping your kids through school, it's not exactly easy. I mean, there's waking up at 5 a.m., the morning routine, helping with homework, sitting in traffic. You get it. What if there was a way you could get your kids a quality Christian education where they can work at any pace, any time, from anywhere? School that works for your schedule and frees your kids to keep doing what they love. Well, that's exactly what we do. LUOA, school that goes where you do.
welcome back to the show. We are less than 2 weeks away from the start of the college baseball season and the first season of Bradley LaCroix leading the Flames. How will they fare this year? Who will step into a starring role? Well, the Conference USA coaches weighed in with the preseason poll. They see it going down like this. The Flames picked to finish 5th in the league, right in the middle of the pack. Dallas Baptist, the runaway favorite to claim the conference title. Liberty would get only one player on the preseason all-conference team, probably one of the only players you recognize from a season ago, Ben Blair. He moves into a starting role after thriving out of the bullpen a year ago. The Flames open up the season February 14th against St. John's.
I'm sure you're familiar with our segment In the Fire during football season, where we take you behind the scenes for the week leading up to game day. Well, it looks like Christmas came early. Flames Nation, I gift to you Inside the Park, the same great insider coverage, but coming from the Diamond. Episode 1 previews this baseball program under first-year head coach Bradley LaCroix.
Number one, success is getting better throughout the season and developing your players and developing your team. But we're not going to shy away from here. Our goals are to win conference championships and play in the postseason, because if you get into the postseason, you have a chance to get to Omaha, and that's ultimately our goal. You know, college baseball, our season does start kind of in the winter, but it's part of coaching and playing college baseball. You know, when you start in January, it's going to be cold. I think I am fortunate of, being a new coach. I just stepped into that role 2 years ago, and you learn every year. And I think the one thing I learned is that, in the landscape that we are in college athletics, building a program doesn't take as long as it used to because of the portal. We got a great blend, great mixture of some returning guys who have been here at Liberty that have played and performed at a high level. And then also we've got some older experienced transfer guys who have been at other programs that have had a lot of success.
My freshman and sophomore year, I was at junior college, and so kind of went through another recruiting process and met Coach LaCroix. And man, I was like, this guy's different, really relational guy. I could tell they really cared about me as a person. He was leaving last year. I was at VCU last year.
And it is lost to the night. Anderson Falk will do it again. A walk-off home run to win it for the Rams against Davidson.
He gave me the opportunity to come here to Liberty, and I knew that I was big in my faith last year. I grew a little bit, and I just was talking to the Lord, and I was like, hey, would this be something that would grow my faith? And loved everything about this campus, loved everything about these facilities, these people. And I decided that this was a good spot to land.
All right, we got everybody? Good to go? Practice today, obviously we're gonna go warm up, throw. We got BP with cage, ground ball machines, 2-strike Tuesday. We got 9 innings, we compete. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Anytime you have a coaching change and roster turnover, kind of, you get a bunch of new faces and a bunch of new, guys coming in. So I think it's been really smooth.
Oh, automatic.
I think my relationship with LaCroix started when I arrived at Clemson. He's a great guy, big relationship guy, and I think just having him here and having that full circle moment, that's just been special. Not many people can say that.
I mean, right now, every day, our goal is to just get better, 1% better every single day. And obviously, we're getting close to the season, so we can't count the days. We got to make the days count. But at the end of the day, you've got to invest in your kids. They have to know that you care about them, no matter if they're your best player or the last man on the roster. Tom. Hey, deep breath, relax. 1 pitch away. All right, you got 2 outs. Ain't gonna hit your snake ball. You got me? It's okay. I got all the confidence in the world in you. All right, let's go. Hey, in and out, here we go. Hey, good job. Good job. Like I said, we're trying to get our guys and our team better every single day. As we get closer to February 14th playing St. John's, we'll focus more on them.
This being my last season, I can leave it all out there. I got nothing to lose. I can play with freedom And I think we're just excited to put everything out there on the field.
Opening day in baseball is very special, and I can't wait. It's going to be here soon. I won't be able to sleep at night because I'm so excited about it.
Can't wait for baseball season. Our thanks to Josh Quigg for producing that story, a rising star in this industry. All right, Rhett McGibbon joins us now. Time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty Athletics. Any theme this week?
Yeah,
Rhett?
National Optimist Day.
Oh, I feel good about this one.
Oh, I bet you do. I'm feeling pretty solid, too. This is going to be great. Let's jump right into it here. Warm, Zach Cleveland this past week going up against Jacksonville State and comes off for 17.7 rebounds, 7 assists, had a high-flying dunk in there as well. When you look at Zach Cleveland, this is my optimist view, okay, and I really believe it. When you look at the stat line, as he moves on to his senior year, and even if he can find some consistency this season, I think he has Player of the Year written on him. Wow. Like, if you can kind of have that kind of numbers.
He can do it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Versatility. If you can do that consistently throughout a season, I think you're pulling some individual hardware in at the end of the year when it comes to Conference USA. And then I think, too, like, a lot of people, there seems to be, like, highs and lows after every game with this team. Like, your team's sitting at, what, 17-5?
You're right in the mix.
You're right in the mix. I know conference play, it's been a bit tighter, but CUSA's hard. Like, you hear coaches, not just in the Liberty realm, but like around Conference USA saying this is a tough league to play in. So feel good, friends. They're okay. They're
Optimist
okay.
Right here. All right, from warm we go to hot.
All right, Cameron Cannings, I don't know if you need an optimist in this situation. No. This young lady on the swimming team is just like tearing it up. Yeah, so easy. Her parents are like, no care in the world. Again, 4 events for her. She wins all 4. The 100 free, the 100 butterfly, the 50 free, and the 200 butterfly. Again, no cares in the world for this Calgary native.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I like to bring. I like those Westerns. A good conservative province out there in Alberta. I can jump on that all the way. Yeah.
What a career she is having. You've mentioned it already. Terrific. She's made this list already once earlier this season, but has been dominant thus far.
Hard to leave her off right now. You know, sometimes I look through and I'm like, I want to add some new blood in there, but when you're just smoking the competition like she is, easy to put you on.
Coming back.
Yeah.
All right, finally, Rhett in Fuego this week is who?
All right, it's Bella Smuda, and again, another one that's easy to put on, but there is something in her game recently that I really want to touch on, all right? In this last game against Jacksonville State as well, 24 points, 13 rebounds. Last year, you come out, your Conference USA, you kind of are taking the league by storm. I would say the numbers are a little down here as of late, but one thing I've noticed Bella do recently, you see it right there in that shot, the physicality would knock her off her game earlier in the season. She is starting to get accustomed to that, especially in this Jacksonville State game, which they played the bigs really physical and they're trying to knock Bella off her game. She fed into it this go round, and that is good news for Flames fans, because when you go up against Middle Tennessee again, they're going to do the exact same thing, and I really believe in my heart of hearts she's ready for it this go round.
Oh, can't wait. And that game, obviously, at the end of the year, going to be so huge between those two great teams. Yeah. Rhett, great job as always. We appreciate it. When we come back, see how one Liberty team used its platform to pour into others. That's all when Flames Central returns.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do. And getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books. And an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
Hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Get your career started on the right track. Let Liberty University help you get on the road to success.
Welcome back to Flame Central. You may remember some of our features with various Liberty teams that were involved in giving back to a local special needs program called the Aspire Group.
Yeah, recently women's tennis got involved. They hosted a group of Aspire students for their very first match. Take a look.
We have Annika. Okay, that's Joanna. That's you. We call her you. Her name's Yuyan. This is a new player of ours. Her name is Selena. She's from South Africa. Good, yo! One there, one there. Yo! Good job, ladies. Y'all keep yelling as much as you want, okay? Y'all know how to keep score? You don't know how to keep score?
No, I don't know.
I don't. It's hard, okay? So, like, I get confused, and I've been doing it for 30-something years.
Played tennis and video games before?
I was gonna say, I play it on the Wii or something.
Yeah.
Help us rest. Please give us the best energy we can and just remind us that you are helping us grow each match here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thanks on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thanks for cheering. You guys were awesome.
Y'all yelled a lot, man. That was good. Y'all guys have to come back and cheer us again.
Yeah, thanks to our own Dominic Joseph Sarrazin for his work on that piece. And thanks to you for tuning in this week. As always, for any stories you might have missed, maybe you want to watch again, go to libertyflamecentral.com.
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to miss the Flame Central podcast, but support Matt and Joe this week and be sure to tune into that.
For Emily, I'm Matt. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you right back here next time.